Well, welcome back. I'm glad to see you all here this morning, and welcome back those of you who've taken a few days break with the tape. Whatever benefits you've noticed so far with releasing are about to be greatly accelerated. What we do in the first 4 tapes and the first weekend of the course is we basically show you how to start tapping your natural ability to let go. But what we'll be doing now is really, in these next 4 tapes and these next 2 days, is really developing the release technique. This is the nuts and bolts of what it's all about. Whatever benefits you've received so far, and whatever power you've noticed in the release technique, what we do now for the next 2 days or the next 4 tapes is thousands of times more effective. So if you've seen benefits so far, just wait for what's about to unfold. Now, rather than explain a lot about how we're going to be doing something different, what I'm going to do now is work with someone here and just allow you to watch along with them as they're releasing, and you'll start to get a sense of what we'll be doing differently. And it might be someone from this group, or it might be someone from another group that we've already previously recorded.
So I ended up with this colitis attack today, I don't know, except that I have had some strong feelings, and I haven't given myself time to release on this Judge Thomas Anita Hill thing. It's made me very angry and sick to my stomach, and that's the strongest feelings I've had all week. And I was listening to that this morning, so maybe that's why it bothers my colon, I don't know.
Could be. Well, see if there's any feeling about that now.
Yeah, I'm angry.
Okay.
Just
All right.
about that.
Well, just let yourself feel that now feeling of anger. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
All right. Is it a wanting approval or a wanting to control? Which one was it? You're letting it go. Which one it was? What was it?
Well, I suppose it must have been wanting to control.
Okay.
And as soon as I thought, there's no way you can control that.
I know, just wait. All right. See if there's any more. See if you can become aware of any more of your wanting to control about that situation.
Hey, I can say to myself, I want to control. I don't like this, and it'll all come there.
Well, just look at it, though. Just see. See if there's any more of that wanting to control.
No, I'm trying to conjure it up, and it won't come.
I know you released it. That was very easy.
Yeah.
All right, so see how you feel now.
I feel okay about it.
Yes.
Till the next time I listen to something.
Well, think of just review, though. So review what you saw this morning. And see what your feeling is about it.
Yeah. I've released on it.
Okay, good. Yeah, well, as soon as you saw it was wanting to control, it just released.
Mm-hmm.
You actually held it back a little bit, otherwise you would have released more.
Mm-hmm. See, I should do that. I haven't been doing that. I haven't been asking myself those questions.
I know, because it's the first time I brought it up. Now, I think you'll notice that I did something very different than what we were doing before. The first segment of the course, the first 4 tapes or the first 2 days, and when you're practicing in between, you're letting go, you're getting in touch with what you're feeling in the moment, you're tracing it to the underlying emotion, and then you're letting go of the emotion. Well, every emotion culminates in just 2 wants, the wanting approval and the wanting to control. And as we work this weekend, we'll be working on just those 2 wants. And you see, as you focus on those 2 wants and start to let those go, you'll see that your releasing is greatly accelerated. By the way, something very important, want equates to lack. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being in control. There's nothing wrong with loving or having approval. The problem is we're always wanting it. And when we're wanting it, we're holding it away. So what we'll be doing is letting go of that wanting approval and that wanting to control. And as we do that, you'll see whatever you've achieved so far with releasing will be greatly accelerated. And you also notice that when I ask the questions, I'll be just saying, could you? Because the would you and the when is really not necessary with approval and control. You'll see as you start to become aware of your wanting approval and control, even more than with the emotions, you'll have a tendency to just let it go. It's like you'll notice you're wanting to control and it will go, and it's just gone. Because it's natural. It's a natural part of us to let go of our wanting approval and wanting control once it's identified. So who else has something they'd like to release?
I've noticed that I'm very judgmental,
Mm-hmm.
and I find myself putting people into stereotypical categories quite rapidly,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like that. I'd like to get rid of that.
Okay. And as you talk about that, just see what feeling it stirs up.
Well, I feel bad at myself for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like I want to decide what everybody should do or be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a feeling. Well, it's judgmental, if that's
Mm-hmm.
a feeling.
Okay, and where would you put that? Fortunately, we live our lives in wanting instead of having. And then we're always denying ourselves a tremendous amount because of that wanting. So if you're willing to start letting go of the wanting, you'll see that you have more and more of everything that you've been striving for so long. The striving is actually keeping it away. So it's important to start focusing on that wanting approval and that wanting to control that's there all the time and start letting it go. And by the way, as we get into working on the wanting approval and wanting to control, you'll probably notice you're starting to have many insights and realizations about your life, about how you've handled things. Please take the time to write them down, because you'll be able to work with those. You'll catch yourself the next time you're in a situation where it's been a long-standing area where you've been really wanting to control it. And because you've written it down and started to focus on it, you remember to release. And you'll see that as you release the wanting approval and wanting to control, whatever situation in your life that's been locked into a certain pattern can start to shift. By the way, when we're wanting approval and wanting to control, we very often don't see that when it's appropriate to take action, when it's not. When we're wanting to control, we're very often acting when it's totally inappropriate, and stopping ourselves from acting when it is appropriate because of that want. The want, again, because that want really equates to lack, we find ourselves saying and doing things that create the lack of approval or create the lack of control. A typical example, of course, is sales. When you're in a sales type situation, very often it's time to keep quiet, and what do? You start talking because you get uncomfortable with the silence. Your wanting approval comes up, or your wanting to control comes up. You're trying to make them buy something, and then you do the exact wrong thing to make the deal. So wanting approval and wanting to control are getting in our way all the time, and they're always easy to let go of if you decide to.
I've been, one of the things I was working on was this approval and releasing that approval. And people that were close to me, I was releasing approval with those particular people. In a comment this morning, I was, excuse me.
Sorry, rather than trying to get through the story, just let it come up. Jack, just let it up. Said it's your wanting approval coming up. Could you just let it go?
Yes.
All right, just let more of it come up. Could you just allow it to release?
Yes.
Okay, see if you can do that some more. Are you aware of the wanting approval?
Very much so.
Okay. Could you allow it to release?
Yes, I can.
Okay, are you aware of more of it?
Yes.
Is it releasing?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, just let yourself become aware of more of it. Is it releasing?
It's slow.
Okay, are you wanting to make it go faster? Is there a little wanting it to release faster?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that the wanting to control?
Probably.
Did that just release? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, you go ahead and finish talking about it.
Okay.
It might just bring more of it up.
Yeah, what it was I was looking for approval from my grandparents, and they're both gone.
Okay.
And so the difficulty that I was having in releasing with the people I was looking for approval with was the fact that it was deeper than that. It was the approval to people who I love very dearly. And I didn't realize that until this morning.
Right, okay. So there's more of it there now, right? Okay. Could you just allow it to release?
Yes.
All right. Just allow yourself to become aware of the wanting approval. And just allow it to release.
Yeah, I'm going through this tingly state.
Okay. How's it now?
Feels much better.
Much better. Still
Much
some
better.
though. Just
Yes.
there's not much left. See if you can just let the rest of it come into your awareness. Just allow it to release. How's it now?
It's leaving.
Good.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, good.
Very, very good.
Terrific. Would you say that's a gain?
Yes, I've already written it down here, but there was on top of that.
Right. Okay. What we'll be doing now is we'll be giving you at home an opportunity to do some releasing as well on this new way, with this new way of releasing. And those of you here, as we've been doing before, it's important to release along. As I'm helping the home viewer, you can be releasing in your chairs. So now just allow yourself, we can start now with a feeling, since that's where we started last weekend. So just allow yourself to become aware of your now feeling. It's an apathy, a grief, a fear, lust, anger, pride, whatever it is, just allow yourself to become aware of your now feeling. But take it a little deeper and see if you can just become aware of whether it's coming from a wanting approval or a wanting to control. Could you let go of that wanting approval or that wanting to control? Now just allow yourself to focus inside again and become aware if there's any more of the wanting approval or wanting to control there right now. Could you allow it to release? Could you? Take another look inside and just allow yourself to focus on your now want, whatever it is. Either the wanting approval or the wanting to control. And remember, we're just letting go of the wanting. Could you let it go? Now let's keep going with this a little while longer. Just allow yourself, if you need to, you can think of a specific situation that you've already been working on, that you might still have some feeling about. And let's see if we can start getting in touch with the underlying want that's causing that situation to be a problem. So as you think about that specific situation, just see which want is stirred up in the moment. Now sometimes it's a combination of both, but see which one you're more aware of. Either the wanting approval or the wanting to control. Could you let it go? Now just allow yourself to become aware of more of that wanting in the moment, the wanting approval or the wanting to control. could you allow it to release? And just allow yourself to become aware of more of that wanting approval or wanting to control. And remember, if you notice that as you become aware of it, you're just letting it go before I even ask the question, or you ask it of yourself, that's okay. That's a normal part of the process. It's natural. So just allow yourself to become aware of whatever you're wanting in the moment, the wanting approval or the wanting to control. And could you let it go? Okay. Now, I think you can see, this new way of releasing can be extremely powerful. In just a few releases, you'll notice yourself getting a lot quieter. But whatever your initial experience is of using this technique, remember, this is just the beginning. It's something new. It might take you a little while to get used to letting go at this deeper level, this more powerful way of letting go. But just be easy with yourself. And also make sure you take time to write down your gains and realizations. You'll start to see a lot as you focus on this wanting approval and wanting to control. And as you can continue letting go of it, you'll start to see that anything is possible.